Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. So we'll be waiting for a minute more for all the attendees to join in, and then we'll start officially. The webinar will be starting. Okay, so welcome everyone. Good afternoon. So we are here with a very information-based webinar for all the students who are interested for research internships and other research-related programs. Okay, and we have with us Dr. Prachi Kaul and Ms. Meena Saxena, Director International Linkages for NMIMS University, and she'll be taking it over from here.
Good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome to an informative session on research internships with Canadian universities. Delighted to see so many of you who are interested to know more about these research internships. Now, NMIMS became a member of the SICI, which is the Shastri Indo-Canadian Institute, last year. And we're very fortunate that in our first year of becoming a member itself, a faculty member and a couple of students were selected for these research scholarship. Of course, it's unfortunate that people couldn't take the benefit because of the current pandemic, but we were the beneficiaries of the scholarships being offered by SICI. Now, today's informative webinar, we have a very, very senior professional, Dr. Prachi Kaul. She's the director of the SICI, the Shastri Indo-Canadian Institute, for its India office. Very experienced, has been with the SICI for the last 14 years and alumnus of IIT Delhi, and she served in several national and international bodies before she joined the Shastri Institute 14 years ago. She's also a social scientist with a high level of interest in studying the aspirations and social mobility of masses and how it relates to higher education. She serves on the advisory boards of a few academic and research institutions, and she's also on the education committee of the India-Canada Chamber of Commerce. So you're going to have a very intensive session. We're going to understand what are these research internships they offer, what are the opportunities, what's the process, and so on. So just wait for her to complete the entire presentation, and then please feel free to ask her all kinds of questions that you have, because apart from her are also her two colleagues, Ms. Picky and Ms. Meenakshi from SICI, were there. So apart from Karan Menon, who belongs to my team, you also have two other colleagues of Dr. Kaul who are on this webinar. So thanks very much for joining the webinar, and look forward to you having a very informative session. So over to you, Dr. Kaul. Thank you very much, Dr. Kaul, for taking time out to talk to our students about the research internship opportunities through the SICI. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Saxena, for your kind words, and I welcome everyone this afternoon on this webinar, which is primarily based on information for students who are keen to do internship or apply for a fellowship program that is offered by Shastri Institute for them to go to Canada and also, do the research, not just the internship program, but also to, we would like to encourage them to look for the opportunities that brings in further collaboration, being part of a team that their professors are having research on. So there are different kind of opportunities that we have right now with Shastri Institute for our member institution, and especially for the student fraternity of these member institutions. Primarily, we are a binational organization with a member council being represented at both the ends, that is India and Canada. And we have 155, member institutions across the board. You name a good institution, it is on our board for which brings in a lot of prestige to the institute, as well as, it's a fellowships and scholarships that are being offered, being availed by these institutions. So this is one of the newest member. NIMS is one of the newest member, and I'm very glad that in their initial attempts itself, they have been successful in achieving and getting a couple of grants from Shastri Institute. Unfortunately, as Dr. Saxena mentioned, that COVID-19 situation has interrupted all the important affairs in our life, and so was the interruption experienced in academic fraternity by the academic fraternity as well. So the scholars who got award could not travel to Canada, but we have encouraged them to take up their awards virtually as much possible, and if actually required travel, be planned for the later months when situation improves at both the ends. International borders opens up and affiliates at respective ends are open to receive international scholars. With that, I think we can start the presentation, Piki, so that I can briefly talk about the institute, because it's important to understand which institution you are going to engage with. So, Piki, if you can start the slideshow, I can talk about the institute and further about the programs that we offer for the student fraternity. Thank you. And in the meantime, when she is putting on the PPT, you the students will be pleased to understand that whatever the grant we get from our funding agencies, mostly it's like spent on student affairs, students programming. So if if the total grant is 100 rupees, we spend 70 rupees out of that on students. So you can understand our focus lies in the research that is being carried out by the younger generation. And we strongly believe that building up this younger lot of scholars and their capacity is of utmost importance for our country in India, and of course in Canada. And that's how we are going further. Okay, so as you can see, this was a joint vision of two prime ministers, one from India and one from Canada, Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri, who was the second prime minister, and Canadian Prime Minister Lester B. Pearson. In 1968, we were incepted in Canada out of a desire that our Prime Minister expressed to Mr. Pearson during his visit to McGill University in Canada. And unfortunately, in a tragic incident, he passed away. And Mr. Pearson actually incepted this institute in Canada as a homage to our Indian Prime Minister. So institute was incepted in Canada with its office in Quebec, specifically I can mention that it was located in McGill University for a good 25 to 30 years. And then we moved on to University of Calgary, which is in the Alberta province of Canada. And we have another office which is located in Delhi, where I sit, and this is called India Office of the Institute. Second slide, please. Just a snapshot on who we are. So it's a binational organization. We have been on this corridor for last 52 years, as we were incepted in 1968. And the broad-based initiative is to support and create the binational linkages between academia, government, and business community, as well as with the civil society organizations. We provide opportunities for individuals to gain first-hand experience in India and Canada. How we do it is by awarding grants worth millions of dollars to faculties and students for mobility and research. We have also organized hundreds of academic events like conferences, webinars, seminars, and many meets wherein Indian and Canadian scholars can meet and understand each other's interest. We strongly believe that our alumni is kind of an official ambassadors of Canada in India and vice versa. Next slide, please. So when you receive a grant, you become an alumni. We believe that you shoulder the responsibility to represent India in Canada. And when you come back from Canada after availing the grant, you automatically become an ambassador of Canada as well. With a mission to build and strengthen intellectual and cultural linkages between India and Canada through facilitating high-class research, dialogue, exchange, and dissemination. This is our mission. And as you can see that we are here to facilitate high-class research, dialogue, exchange, and dissemination. And this all happens when a young scholar, when a young student undertakes a research and goes on further to collaborate with their affiliate or with their partnering institution in Canada. And over the period of time, they keep on, the research happening and also help to disseminate what the research is all about. So this again becomes part of Shastri Institute's profile, because you as an alumni, you as a scholar become part of Shastri's network, and we take pride in that. So that's the Shastri mission, and each component of this mission very closely relate to programs that we offer for student fraternity. Go on further, please. Because this is the student fraternity, I don't think they would be a lot interested in this, but this is how we have our historical evolution looks like. But I can only say that we became truly binational in 2005 when there was a member council incepted in India at the Indian end as well, and that's how it has the name of Shastri Institute in last year. So this is the profile of the institute over the period of time, how it has gone further. Next slide, please. This slide specifically presents the growth. We started with three institutions, three premier institutions, University of British Columbia, McGill University, and University of Toronto. Till 2006, we were 27 members. All were Canadian institutions that were part of our network. And when we became binational, we have reached to the number 154. I think one more added, we are now 155. Next slide, please. These are different windows of opportunity or windows of activities, whatever you consider on. But this particular presentation is going to focus on window one, which is for student mobility program. We can also talk about promotion and facilitation and application of knowledge, which is window 4 of this slide, wherein we can talk about other opportunities that can also be availed by student fraternity of NIMS. Go on further, please. Before we head to the presentation, this year is an exceptional year wherein we have brought in our program policy for COVID-19, and which says the Shastri Indo-Canadian Institute continues to closely monitor all available information on the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the policies and advisories being issued by both the governments and the provinces and states as well. The health and well-being of everyone associated with SICKI, particularly including the award holders under SICKI program, is always the first and overriding priority of the Institute. All research related to the program announced will be done remotely by making use of online tools based on Institute's COVID-19 policy, proposal can be submitted. So if you go further on our website, you will find the COVID-19 policy details there. This year, we are suggesting that all the recipient of the programs, different programs of Shastri, try to make a proposal to Shastri for hybrid programming, hybrid researches that you can convene, because this is an exceptional time and we are not sure when the situation is going to be normalizes and when the international borders are going to be open. So even if it is an internship, we will appreciate if you have a proposal by which you think that you will be able to intern with a Canadian university or organization on a hybrid manner. Although there are a couple of programs which are open for in-person internship and fellowships as well that I'm going to talk about very soon. But of course, the tenure when you are going to undertake that internship or fellowship would be quite later, because right now we are in the state of affairs where things are very, very ad hoc and the planning can't be done properly. So please keep in mind, if you have a proposal that can deal with the that can deal with or that can entail this component, which is like hybrid programming, you are most welcome to apply for that. And I would say that you know, adjudicators and assessors would be more leaning towards the proposals that can be virtually done. So keep that in mind while you are drafting your proposal. Next slide, please. Okay, as I said that we will only be talking about window 1 and window 4. So window 1, which is for student and research scholars. If you can go to the next slide, I can go on to a program specific detail. Yeah, so the student-centric, you know, programs that entertain scholars are from different categories, and which is like undergrad students, grad students, including masters, doctoral, and postdoctoral. So there are 3 components in our programming. First is Shastri Research Student Fellowship. Second is MyTax SICKI Partnership Global Link Research Internship, which is for undergraduate or integrated program, which is like integrated masters. Like you have 5-year program, which wherein, you know, you can be taught BTech and MTech or BA LLB and MA LLB. So these are the integrated programs which are also included in this category of programming of this institute. The third category is MyTax SICKI Partnership Global Link Research Award Program, which is primarily for masters as well as doctoral and postdoctoral students. Go on further so that I can talk about each program now. Okay, so for this program, the purpose is to undertake research in areas and fields in which scholars may desire or require research experience, and also to take up or pursue an e-course, module, part of a course, or do an internship at Indian or Canadian university. So when I say this, you know, it's an internship, but also allows you to pursue a course for which you need to register at the Canadian university. This is not always that we encourage this because of this situation, pandemic situation. We would like to encourage more and more students to opt for this program and try to see if there's an e-internship or auditing of a course, if it is allowed by NIMS in terms of credit sharing is possible, you can do that. Target audience is students, those who are pursuing bachelor's and master's, and also MPhil students from member institutions of SICKI. So primarily this category of award is availed by undergrad students and master's student. Because MPhil, if it's a standalone program you are registered, you also apply for this program if you are in MPhil program. Otherwise, those who are in the integrated program with MPhil and PhD, they can look for the opportunity under GRA program. So this is This year, it's open for bachelor's, master's, and MPhil students from member institutions. Further, please. And out of this fellowship, we expect you to have some outcome, and which is like exposure to international research practices, which will bring lifelong benefits to the individual student as well as to the institution with which they will be interacting via cloud platform. And if it is happening, because this is precisely a program which we would like to finish by February this 2021. So I think there are rare opportunity. There would be rare opportunity for in-person interaction. So we are making you understand that if you have a proposal that can be done through cloud platform, we will really appreciate your proposal. Second outcome that we expect is the online training and exposure broadens our understanding of research techniques, principles, and interdisciplinary approaches, and thus will expand your scholarly horizon. So not only, it's just not a namesake thing that you got an award and you are now recipient and you become an alumni of Shastri Institute. Instead, our focus is on hands-on training, and you're getting enriched by the faculty or your affiliate in the partnering institution from Canada. So if you are from NIMS, you can go to any of the institution. Please keep it in mind that as it is important, as I would not say important, it is a prerequisite that you come from a member institution, which NIMS is. It is also a prerequisite that you apply to go to an institution which is part of Shastri network at the Canadian end. So please look at the website and look for the list of institutions that are part of Shastri network in Canada, and only apply to those institutions because if you have secured your affiliation with an institution that is not part of Shastri Members Council, your application will not be accepted and taken for evaluation. So please ensure that your efforts are not in vain and you are putting your energies towards right direction. Also, it is important that insights into the nature of the binational academic community and may often result in lifelong friendship and broad binational professional network. I said this earlier also in the beginning that it is not just an academic endeavor that you would be undertaking if you are awarded this program, if you're awarded a fellowship or internship through this program. It's an effort of the institute by which we want you to build up your friendship across the board and build up a community of binational professionals and continue your research for many more years. We have moved, I would say, almost 80 to 90% scholars who avail this opportunity even as a student, I would say that they build up a connection. If they stay there for 12 weeks, they at least make up friendship for 12 years to work upon. So I have an example wherein a student from India has gone, and it's not just one example, there are many like that, and they come back, they remain in touch with their affiliates, and what wonderful work they have contributed in their particular areas of knowledge. And they are full-fledged professors now. They have broader research collaboration wherein they are bringing in their own students now. So a student from India gone to Canada, came back as a doctoral scholar, and now is a full-fledged professor, and his own students are part of their research that they are doing. I mean, he himself and his affiliate is conducting between India and Canada. So this is what is expected by Shastri Institute when we award a grant or a fellowship to our scholars. Next slide, please. What should be the proposal? And primarily, there's a question we always receive from our, scholars, like which domain of knowledge is more preferred, or is there any particular discipline I need to come from if I want to apply. So no, my answer is no. You are eligible if you are registered as a full-time scholar with NIMS for any program, be it science, technology, engineering, be it law, be it humanities and social sciences, arts, fine arts, any creative domain that you may be designing. So anything and everything is welcome by institute. You just need to be new in your approach. You should be doing something new, which is the underlying fact. Otherwise, any discipline that under the word that you can think of is eligible to apply or to be admissible for this program. What we desire is the content of the proposal should be based on subject matter concerning India and Canada. So if you are proposing something in which you are mentioning that you would like to visit Africa or you would like to go to USA or UK, that will not be acceptable. So try to concentrate on the subject matter which should relate to India and Canada only. At least 50% of the content of your research should be focusing on India or Canada. If it's a technical subject, there can be there can be questions on how to relate it with India and Canada. But if you go through the application form, you will see what we are inquiring from your side, how you are going to build up further your research on this binational corridor. So, and also the proposed research must demonstrate clearly how the study will benefit Canada and India. As I said earlier, this is very important feature of our programming. So we want to understand how the broader community in these two countries primarily are going to be benefiting by your work, what you are going to suggest. Candidates who have already been to India, Canada for studies, training, specialization or other scholarships for a period of 6 months or exceeding 6 months are eligible to apply only after a gap of 2 years as on date after returning from country of fellowship. So this is also an important point here for you to keep in mind. If you have been to any award to Canada, or if you are coming, of course, this is a target audience from NIMS only. So I would say that if you have been to Canada on any fellowship or any internship or training, and for a particular stipulated time that we have mentioned here, that is 6 months, you may like to look into the details when can you be again eligible to apply for Shastri program. As per the requirements of the program, the applicant and host affiliate from partner country must be from member institution. I have stated this earlier as well. Next slide, please. I have said this before, that you need to come from a member institution and also or from a constituent college or institute of the members that fall under Shastri network. So affiliating colleges, etc. are not eligible. In your case, NIMS has, I think, 4 campuses Dr. Saxena mentioned. So the students who are registered in those campuses are also eligible to apply for this program. Applicants should also have obtained at least 65% of marks in terms of your last qualifying semester. This is so. And the applicant should not be enrolled for other degree diplomas programs simultaneously. Students enrolled in bachelor's degree and master's with a minimum of 1 semester or 6 months completed from Canadian university or institutions are eligible with 1 to 3 semesters remaining in their program after availing fellowship. So we have to, ascertain here that I think there's a little gap here on this in this statement, in this sentence. It is also for the Indian institutions like NIMS. If you are applying for this program, there has to be 6 months or a semester remaining before you complete your program. So after returning, if you got an award and you availed it, after that there should be 1 semester left for you to complete your program. When I say program, means degree program for which you are registered at NIMS. Student pursuing MPhil should have completed minimum of 1 semester of the degree or the course that you are registered in. An applicant who is pursuing master's should have completed minimum of 1 semester or 6 months of degree. Again, the emphasis is on your completion of program and remaining of 1 semester of your own degree program at NIMS. Next slide, please. Applications are received on grant management system through a portal, and these can be submitted online. So complete application form along with all required documents. If it is incomplete, because there's a great rush and we have limited resources in terms of HR, so we may not be able to come back to you on requesting you to submit your other documents. So I suggest that please take a careful look before you submitting or before you click the button submit while you are submitting your application. So be careful on all documents that you need to be providing. Please ensure that you have provided along with your application. No objection bona fide certificate from your institution before applying should also be attached. A letter of invitation affiliation from the host faculty is must, and the affiliate should be from member institution. So unless you have received an affiliation or invitation letter from the host institution in Canada, your application will not be considered for assessment. So before you apply, I mean, these are the acts that you have to get on to before you think about submitting your application. So you must have a letter of affiliation with you. And how to get this affiliation? This is also an important aspect of application process. So it starts a little early. I am not sure how, if you are interested to apply in this round, you still have, I think, a month's time. So you can still explore. Your professors can help you. They are the people who have connections with and international collaborations with other countries. So they may look for a suitable affiliate for you. But you can also, write to professors who are working in the area of knowledge or in the domain wherein your interest lies. So this exploration has to be done from your end, students. And for that, if you have any query, you can of course go back to your subjects professors and talk to them, seek their advice. And also if you are somewhere you are stuck and you are not getting any insights from anywhere, you can call us for little help. I would be very frank here that we may not be able to help a lot because there are hundreds of applicants who are coming to us, but if there is any possibility of Shastri officials to help you in this regard, we will do for sure. But primarily explore on your own. Everything is virtual nowadays, so you can explore and email people, you can write to them, be very specific in your queries, what you want. And you can always mention this affiliation will have no cost implications for the host or for his institution, which puts professors at ease before they respond to you. So you can say this is going to be funded by the institute you are applying for the fellowship. So all these details are important to mention in your request to your prospective affiliates in Canada. And do not write to one and all. Do not go to Shastri Institute's website and pick up the email addresses of the member council's representatives in Canada. So many times it has been, witnessed that science and technology engineering professor is getting a request of affiliation from a person who wants to study literature. So just don't blindly go on and write emails in bulk. Mass emailing is not going to help you here. It is very, very specific that you have to look into what is your interest in a particular professor that you are approaching has any information about it. So, and it's quite embarrassing and for Shastri Institute as well when these professors come back that so and so applicant, probable applicant have written to us, written to me for an affiliation while I have nothing to do with literature. So keep in mind that it has to be a specific effort, and mass emailing is probably going to make you land in somewhere the vision is not going to be good for you. So be specific on that. Minimum of 2 reference or support letters. This can come from your professors, this can come from your department, or anybody who has known you in terms of your, I would say, undergrad program or grad program. So professors who have taught you can be a good referee for your proposal, for the work that you are proposing to the Shastri Institute. Educational certificate is to be submitted from senior secondary onwards. Official transcripts, photocopies of the university institution for all the years of completed study. Also, so these are the important documentation that you have to keep in mind. The applicant should be proficient in oral and written English, because most of the communication, unless it is a subject that relates to French language or any other language, for which you need to ensure that your affiliate is also well versed in that language. But primarily for this application, you need to be proficient in the oral and written English language. Certificate of ethical approval, if applicable, is very, very important here. So if your work is to be dealing with human or even in scientific domain, there are ethical approvals are possible. So if it is so, please secure this ethical approval on time and attach it with your proposal that you are submitting to Shastri Institute. These are the application requirements primarily, but if there can be some leading questions as well that we can get, we can answer while we are having the question answer session further. Go on further, Vicky. This program is for 12 weeks. When we say 12 weeks, not necessarily 12 weeks, up to 12 weeks, and you can take it for 10 weeks or as well. So 10 to 12 weeks you can spend in Canada. Right now for this program, as I'm saying that it is a virtual programming that we are offering, and the value of award that we will be giving this year, because it's a virtual program, around up to 1,000 Canadian dollar for the virtual network that or the necessary requisites that you may need to have for conducting the research virtually or in hybrid mode. Application forms, this is the portal wherein you can submit your application form, or if you have any query, there will be email ID towards the end of it. You can write to the concerned program officer and you will receive a response from her very soon. Go on further, please. 17th August is the deadline. So please do not wait for 17th August, because there would be a lot of traffic, a lot of rush on server on those dates. So if you're done with your application, please don't wait for the last date to come. Apply on time, and that way you will ensure that if there is any glitch that you are experiencing is being corrected by my office. So please be on time in terms of submission. Go on further, Vicky. Okay, so this is the program called, we recently got into collaboration and partnership with MyTax, which is an organization in Canada, which is also federal and provincial, runs on federal and provincial funding, and also from the funding they receive from universities that are member of them. This program is called as Global Link Research Award Program. It's primarily for doctoral, postdoctoral, but master's students are also eligible to apply for this. And this is again a two-way movement of students. Indian students go to Canada, and Canadian students can also come to India on this program. Next slide, please. Now, this program, because as I said that most of the applicants are from doctoral and PhD programs, but masters are also master's students are also eligible to apply for. So the purpose is to provide funding for research collaboration, again, between Canadian and Indian, institutions, and support large-scale research collaboration between SICKI's Indian and Canadian member institution, as well as individual research projects. So there are ways to operate, and there are ways to collaborate. Like, there can be broader collaboration amongst two professors on which these students can be absorbed. There can be individual research projects as well. So the assessment of this program, of these applications submitted for this program, is a little different in comparison to the earlier program that we have talked. Primarily, Shastri programming have 2 or 3 tier of evaluation. So applications are received, and they are screened by the concerned program officers, and then if they fulfill all the criteria and all the necessary documentation have been completed, then these applications are sent to 3 peer reviewers, which means 3 subject experts are going to review your application, and this peer review panel is a very broad panel. The subject experts that are involved are past Shastri alumni or senior faculty members from our member institutions, and sometimes from outside as well. But if you are an applicant, your application will be sent to 3 subject experts, maybe 2 from India and 1 from Canada, or it can be other way as well, like 2 from Canada side and 1 from India side. Once we receive the evaluation of peer reviewers, which are like subject experts, based on that, we do the shortlisting. So if supposedly it was a SARSF program for which we have received 200 applications, we will cut down to 50 applications, and these 50 applications will be sent to adjudication committee, which decide on candidature of the award or applicants. So this binational adjudication committee have 4 members, 2 from India side and 2 from Canada side. So it's very, very transparent and very fair process of evaluation that Shastri has in terms of assessing and evaluating the applications that we receive. So it's a rigorous, there's no personal interview, so everything is assessed based on the application that you have submitted to us. And that's why it is very important that when you write something, be very, very clear, be very specific on your agenda while you are submitting the application. The target audience here, as I said again, is masters, PhD, and postdoctoral scholars from India and Canada. And they can, again, as I said, that they can apply to conduct a joint research project with academic collaborators, supervisors at SICKI's Indian or Canadian member institutions. Next slide, please. Basic criteria remains the same, like you have to be full-time master's student. I'm not referring PhD or postdoctoral fellows because they are not right now not available. Again, be the legal age of majority in India or Canada, that's 18 years of age or older than that. Meet travel requirements for their intended destination, including visa or immigration requirement and associated documents. Not be previously awarded a Global Link Research Award. So if you have received the award earlier, you will not be eligible to apply for this program. Next slide, please. So 12 to 24 weeks, 25% of time can be spent in home institution, which is unique facility that we have provided, not just for now, not for this year where situation is a little difficult because of the pandemic, but forever this is the nature of programming, wherein we allow students to start their fellowship or scholarship being at their parent institutions, which means like 25% of the time can be spent. So if it is if you are going to avail 12 weeks fellowship, 25% of 12 weeks can be spent at your parent institution itself. Value of award is 6,000 Canadian dollar. And this is something that we are encouraging, not too much encouraging for you to, that's the wrong word actually. I should say that this is not a program wherein we are looking for proposals on hybrid mode. This is the program wherein you can make in-person visit in Canada and do your research over there. When I say this, it is all subject to the prevailing situation or conditions in terms of COVID-19 in these two countries. We are not sure when the borders are going to be open, when the flights are going to resume, and when academic institutions are also going to open to receive you there. So all subject to normalcy, all subject to the guidelines that are being provided by Government of India or Government of Canada. So keep in mind that herein we are not asking you to propose your research in hybrid mode, but in person. But everything remains very, very tentative and ad hoc until we reach to that time. We take almost 4 months time to evaluate and assess the application. And when we come back, it would be, even if you count 4 months from now, from the last date of application, for this program, there's no deadline. It's open throughout the year. But mind you that there are limited slots. So as in when you apply, you just consider that we may take 3 months time to assess your application. But if you are late in making your application to us, you may receive a message from our side that slots are filled and we have closed the program. So hurry up in case you are really interested to apply for this program. Application forms are available on this link, and you can go to the website of Shastri Institute to refer more. Next slide, please. First come first basis, the applications are open throughout the year, but as I said, that all depends on fulfilling the number of slots that we have, which is number 100 in 100 numbers. So once we have filled those slots, we will end the program, close the program for the year. Next slide. Now, this is going to be very interesting for all of you because it is for undergrad, and I guess there are many students who are joining us today would be an undergrad student. So please be very, very careful while you are, hello? Am I audible, Vicky?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am. You can go on.
Okay, so this is a program, as I said, for undergrad. So this program is known as Global Link Research Internship Program, which provides an opportunity to engage in research projects at Canadian University for high-achieving senior undergrads from around the world. So it's a worldwide competition in which India is also a partner. So I can say that there are going to be 100 or 115 awards made this year. So numbers are big for this program in comparison. So maybe you can try your luck. Undergrad students can try their luck here. If you are good in terms of presenting a proposal, making a proposal, I think there are increased chances of getting an award under this program. Target audience, as I said, are undergrads. Next slide, please. The fellowship package is stipend for living expenses, professional development workshops, local global link mentors, like they are given some funding for to be your mentor and to mentor you over the period of time when you will be staying there. Next slide, please. 12 weeks duration, and herein we are a little strict that you have to complete 12 weeks. Value of award is Canadian dollar 11,000, which is split between Shastri Institute and MyTax, and this money towards your travel and other details will be given to you by Shastri Institute. And when you are in Canada, when you arrive in Canada, rest of the money will be disbursed to you by MyTax. Next slide. We are going to open this program very soon, tentatively from August 6th, but not too confident to say this right now. Maybe after we are over with the other programs deadline, which is 17th August, maybe after that we will announce the program, but you are requested and advised to look into the website and follow us on social media so that you can be updated on the latest announcement from the Shastri Institute side. Ms. Taneja, Anju Taneja is the contact person for this particular program, and this is her email ID. You can contact her through her email. Next slide. Okay, so these were primarily the programs that are meant for student fraternity of NIMS, because this is a precise webinar for this institution. So I can say that these are the opportunities that we have in store for you. It is for you to explore to your best. There are other opportunities, as I said, that like publication, knowledge application. So once you are done your research and you are good to go for a publication, or you want to organize a young researchers workshop, you can also apply for those grants as well at Shastri Institute with the help of your professors. So those are also opportunities which are unique in the sense that not the same institution wherein you are getting your award or internship would be entertaining you further. But we have this provision by which we would like to engage with our alumni for a long time. So we encourage you to apply for other grants as well after a particular span of time, after you have completed your program and you are ready to go for the other program, to explore the other program. We encourage you to do that. So this was primarily a presentation on programming. I think I should stop now and go for question answer session. Thank you.
Okay. So as of now, we have got one question that is from Ms. Tanya Sharma. She's asked for which research domains are covered under this program, how full-time second year students avail the student mobility 12 weeks institute exchange program.
Yeah, so thank you, Tanya, for your question. As I said in the beginning of the presentation, that we are very open to each and every domain of knowledge. Any discipline that you can build up a proposal on is eligible for our programming. So even if you are an engineering student, if you are a humanities and social sciences student, you are a law student, you are a fine artist, or you are a dancer, but the prerequisite is that you have to be registered as a full-time student in an institution which is part of Shastri network, which NIMS is. So you are eligible to apply in any specific area of your interest that you would like to explore further in collaboration with Canada. Second part of your question was how full-time second year student avail this student mobility 12-week program. This is up to your institution to allow you, because if they are encouraging international collaboration, if they are encouraging their students to take up internship in foreign universities, they will have a provision. They would have made provisions in their bylaws that students are allowed to leave the campus for 12 weeks and finish this internship abroad. I would say that most of the student, having said that this is a provision in most of the universities that are encouraging international collaboration, but I would say that many students try to avail these opportunities during summertime, which is in holiday season in Indian institution, and also sometimes they use the winter break for these kind of programming abroad. So keep that in mind while you are devising your timeline, that summers can be used for this kind of interaction abroad. Thank you. Yes,
So
correct.
there's a second question that's from Shruti Upale. I plan to do my master's studies in Canada, so how would this program help me?
Thank you, Shruti, for your question. Unfortunately, Shastri is not an organization that supports full-time programming. It's an exposure that we want to bring in, and that's why we call it fellowships and internships. It's not full-time programming for which we can support you here or we can guide you further to get admitted to Canadian University. I'm sorry, but if you are a registered scholar in NIMS, you can be on exposure fellowship or internship to Canada, but not for a full-time program. Thank you.
Okay. Then there's a third question that's from Shazeen Khan. Is there an educational qualification prerequisite that comes with domain and presenting proposals under the third program you mentioned?
Third program, which is GRI, which is Global Research Internship Program. The prerequisite that you should have completed your semester here as an undergrad student at NIMS, and there is no which domain, and no, there's no precise domain. If you go to the website of Shastri Institute, all details are there. Read them carefully. If you have any further doubt or question, you can always write to the program officer concerned, and they will come back at their earliest possible. But there's no prerequisite in terms of the domain of subjects wherein the application be made or not be made. So it is all open, as I said earlier. Thank you.
Okay. Then there's a question from Nishil Gandhi. For an undergraduate student, can you just confirm, can final year student apply in SRSF program?
I think if you are in your final year, it may not be possible for you to avail your fellowship. And after availing, when you come back, there has to be, because the prerequisite is that there has to be semester remaining. So I don't think the whole process can be, given the situation right now, I don't think you would be able to avail your fellowship by the timeline of, next semester.
Okay. Then there's another question from Shruti Upale. That's and should we do this after completing our graduation?
What I mean in terms of
Like she questioned earlier, I plan to do my master studies in Canada. So how would this program help? So you answered, and then she's asking, should we do this after completing our graduation, or should we apply months before for this?
It all depends which category of program you are interested in. If it is the SRSF program, you are still eligible if you are doing your master's program. Again, I want to clarify that we are not supporting any full-time studies. So if you want to apply for fellowship while registered as a master's student, you can always do that for SRSF program as well as for GRA program, which is in MyTax and Shastri partnership. And that also allows master's student to apply for. So you can, if you are a master's student, you have completed your undergrad, now you're going to register for your master's program. You are eligible to apply for SRSF program and also for GRA, Global Research, Global Link Research Associate program, which is for master's, PhD, and postdoctoral programs students. So you can apply in these two programs. Thank you. Any more questions? Yeah. Okay, so there's
I think we are good, Dr. Kaul. I think we can now just wait for maybe a couple of seconds and then we can do the closing. Thanks.
Okay, all right.
It's been a very engaging session, Dr. Kaul, from the kind of questions that have come up from the participants. Shows a high level of interest in the opportunities that SICKI is offering.
Yeah, and I would suggest that, strongly suggest in fact, that students go to the website, look into the details of each program they are interested. Sometimes there can be, information that they are not. Always come back to the respective program officer for more information or clarity if they need in any regard in terms of their eligibility or what is the best time to apply. Usually we have 2 rounds of applications. It's a biannual programming that we offer. But this year is an exceptional year, not just because of the pandemic, but also because we are towards end of our MOU, current MOU with Government of India, and we will not be able to further our programming beyond February 2021. That is conducted through Government of India funding, because we will have to renew our MOU first and then only we can go into formal programming. So this year only 1 round of programs are going to be announced, which are currently on. But GRA and GRI programs are going to continue further beyond February 2021 as well. So timeline is very, very important for students to keep in mind.
Wonderful. So it looks like those were all the questions we had on this session. So let me thank you, Dr. Kaul, and your team, both Picky and Meenakshi, for organizing this wonderful informative session. So on behalf of NMIMS, the Department of International Linkages, our students, a sincere thank you for such an informative session and so patiently answering all the queries. And students, a big thank you to all of you for being a very patient listener and an inquisitive listener, asking all those questions. And I'm sure you've noted the important observations that were presented by Dr. Kaul, particularly that this is an extremely competitive scholarship. You have 154 members. And let me tell you that there are very few private universities which are members. I was told just 4 or 5 private universities. So all the leading public universities, the IITs and the IIMs and all the leading universities, the NITs are all members of the SICKI, and all these very bright students. Not to say that NMIMS students are not bright, but I just want to let you know that the competition is very, very stiff. But let me tell you that despite this very stiff competition, NMIMS student did get the scholarship last year. So don't lose heart. Our students are bright. And the only thing I think what she said was, do apply in time so that you can avail the benefits. So wish you all the best, and thank you once again, Dr. Kaul, Picky and Meenakshi, for this wonderful webinar, and look forward to working with you and continue to be members of this wonderful organization. So thank you very much. And thank you, Karan, too, for putting this whole thing together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Kaul. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I hope the session was of use to students, and we will have increased number of applications from your institution this year. All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.